Hello and welcome to Master English Stories. Here, every story is a doorway to learning. Today, you are about to discover lessons from real life, moments that inspire, and techniques that will help you master English in a simple and practical way. On this journey, you will see how ordinary people faced challenges, overcame obstacles, and achieved success. Each story is carefully chosen to teach you not only language skills, but also how to think, act, and grow. Our goal is simple: to connect learning with real life, to turn every minute you spend here into knowledge, and to spark your curiosity. You will gain insights, discover new strategies, and feel motivated to take action. So get ready to dive into stories that inspire, lessons that teach, and ideas that empower. Your journey to better English and personal growth starts now. Spelling is an essential part of communication. It helps us share ideas clearly and professionally. When you spell words correctly, people can easily understand what you mean. But if your writing has many mistakes, readers might misunderstand your message or think you are not careful. Good spelling is not only for exams, it is useful in real life too. Whether you are writing an email, a job application, or a social media post, correct spelling makes you look confident and intelligent. It builds your image and shows that you respect your readers. Learning spelling also improves your reading and speaking skills. When you know how words are written, you pronounce them better. You also start to recognize patterns in English, like how tion often sounds like shun, or how ph sounds like f. This makes both reading and listening easier. Finally, spelling builds memory. The more you write, the stronger your connection between sound, meaning, and letters becomes. So improving spelling is not just about writing better, it is about thinking, learning, and communicating better. There are many simple and effective ways to improve your spelling. The key is to practice regularly and use different methods that make learning easy and enjoyable. Let's look at some of the best techniques. 1. Read more every day. Reading is one of the best ways to improve your spelling. When you read, your brain sees words in their correct forms again and again. This helps you remember how they look. Choose books, articles, or stories that interest you. The more you read, the easier it becomes to spell words correctly without thinking. 2. Keep a personal spelling list. Whenever you find a word that is difficult to spell, write it down in a notebook. Review your list daily. Try to use those words in your writing or speaking. Seeing and writing them many times will help you memorize their spelling. 3. Use spelling games and apps. Technology can make learning fun. Use mobile apps like Grammarly, Quizlet, or Spelling City. These tools give you quizzes, games, and reminders that improve spelling naturally. They also correct your mistakes and show you the right spelling. 4. Practice writing every day. The best way to remember words is to write them. Try to write short stories, diary entries, or messages in English. Don't worry about mistakes, just keep practicing. Later, check your writing for errors and correct them. This habit will slowly make you confident in spelling. 5. Learn common spelling patterns. Many English words follow specific rules. For example, I before E except after C, like believe, receive. Notice how endings such as chun, sion, or meant appear in words. When you learn these patterns, you can guess the spelling of new words more easily. 6. Say the word aloud. Sometimes hearing the sound helps you remember the spelling. When you find a difficult word, say it slowly and clearly. Break it into parts. For example, ex ampli. Then write it several times while repeating the sound. This connects the sound and letters in your memory. 7. Use mnemonics, memory tricks. Mnemonics are small tricks to help you remember difficult spellings. For example, to remember necessary, think 1 collar, 2 sleeves, 1 C, 2 S. Or for because, remember, big elephants can't always understand small elephants. These fun ideas make spelling easier and more interesting. Even the best learners make spelling mistakes. However, the good news is that most mistakes follow similar patterns. If you understand these patterns, you can avoid them easily. Let's look at some of the most common ones. 1. Confusing vowels, A, E, I, O, U. Many learners mix up vowels. For example, writing definitely instead of definitely, or separate instead of separate. To fix this, say the word slowly and listen to each sound. Practice writing it until it looks and feels right. 2. Adding or missing letters. Sometimes we add extra letters like occurred instead of occurred, or forget letters like environment for environment. To avoid this, focus on the root of the word and repeat it several times. Pay attention to double letters like SS, RR, TT, and silent letters like K in no or W in right. Mixing homophones. Words that sound the same but have different meanings. Words like there, and there can be confusing. The key is to remember their use. There shows possession, there shows a place, and there means they are. Practice them in sentences to see the difference. 4. Silent letters. English has many words with letters you don't pronounce like honest, night, island, or psychology. To remember these, make a small list of common silent letter words and read them often. Visual memory helps a lot here. 5. Wrong word endings. Some people confuse able and able, or ants and ents. For example, comfortable, not comfortable. Difference, not difference. Learn these in groups and create short examples for each pattern. 6. Overdependence on autocorrect. Many students rely too much on phone or computer corrections. Autocorrect is helpful, but it can also make you lazy. Try to turn it off sometimes and test yourself manually. You will learn faster when you actively correct your own mistakes. 7. Not reviewing mistakes. The biggest reason people don't improve is because they don't review their errors. Each time you make a mistake, write the correct word 5 times and use it in a sentence. This simple habit can transform your spelling in a few weeks. Improving spelling is not something that happens in one day. It takes time, practice, and a few good habits that you can follow every day. Here are some simple daily routines that can make a big difference in your spelling skills. 1. Write something in English every day. You don't need to write a book. Just a few sentences a day are enough. Write about your day, your plans, or what you learned. When you write regularly, you keep your brain active and train it to remember spellings naturally. 2. Review your mistakes. At the end of each day, look back at your writing. Find any words you spelled wrong and write them again correctly. This daily review helps your brain remember the correct version and avoid the same error next time. 3. Use a dictionary or spelling app. Whenever you are unsure about a word, check it immediately. Modern apps like Oxford Dictionary or Grammarly can help you find the right spelling and even pronunciation. Never guess a word when you can confirm it. 4. Learn 5 new words each day. Expanding your vocabulary makes you a better speller. Try to learn 5 new English words daily. Write them in your notebook, say them aloud, and use them in sentences. Repetition will make them stick in your memory. 5. Pay attention to prefixes and suffixes. Understanding how words are built helps you predict their spelling. For example, if you know that un means not, then words like unhappy and unclear make sense. Similarly, suffixes like ness or tian show how nouns are formed. 6. Use visual memory. When you see a word, try to picture it in your mind. Close your eyes and imagine how it looks on paper. This technique helps you remember word shapes and spellings more strongly. 7. Read aloud. Reading out loud connects what you see and what you hear. It improves both your pronunciation and spelling. When you hear your voice, you notice sounds and letters that you might miss while reading silently. 8. Be patient and consistent. Improving spelling takes time. Don't get discouraged if you still make mistakes. Even native speakers make them too. The key is to keep learning and never stop practicing. Today, technology is your best friend when it comes to learning and improving spelling. There are many useful apps, websites, and tools that can make this journey easier and more interesting. You can use spell-checking programs like Grammarly or Microsoft Word's built-in checker. These tools underline your mistakes and give suggestions. However, you shouldn't rely on them too much. Instead, use them to learn. Every time you see a red line, ask yourself, why is it wrong? That simple question helps you learn faster. Another great way to use technology is to play spelling games. There are hundreds of apps designed for fun spelling practice. Games like Wordscapes, Hangman, or Spelling Bee test your memory and improve your vocabulary. You learn without realizing it because you're having fun. You can also use voice-to-text tools to check your pronunciation. When you pronounce a word correctly, the device writes it correctly. If it spells it wrong, that's a sign you need to practice more. So technology isn't just about correction, it's also about training. Most importantly, set a daily routine. Spend 10 minutes a day using one of these tools. Little by little, you'll see a big difference. Spelling will start to feel natural, and writing will become a lot easier. Improving spelling is not about luck, it's about practice. The more you practice, the better you get. Even 10 minutes a day can make a huge difference. Consistency is more important than long study sessions. Small daily steps create big results over time. Start by making a habit of writing new words you learn every day. Keep a small notebook and write down at least 5 new words daily. Then, try to use those words in sentences. This will help you remember their spelling and meaning at the same time. You can also make a personal spelling list. Whenever you make a mistake, add that word to your list. Review it once a week. Soon, you'll notice that your mistakes are getting fewer. Try to learn the rules behind spelling. For example, remember simple patterns like I before E except after C, or drop the final E before adding ing. These rules make English less confusing and more predictable. Another useful habit is to review your old writing. Read your notes, letters, or essays and look for words you spelled wrong. Correct them and rewrite them. Repetition helps you store correct spellings in your long-term memory. And finally, be patient with yourself. Spelling isn't something you perfect in a week. It's a skill you build step by step. Every word you learn, every mistake you correct takes you closer to mastery. So keep reading, writing, and learning. Spelling isn't just about letters, it's about confidence. And confidence comes from practice, patience, and perseverance. Improving spelling takes patience, effort, and daily practice. Remember, no one becomes perfect overnight. Every word you learn, every mistake you correct brings you closer to mastery. 1. Set small goals. Don't try to learn too many words at once. Set small, achievable targets. For example, learn 5 new words a day or review 10 tricky words from your notebook. Small wins lead to big success. 2. Be consistent. Consistency is the key. Spend a few minutes each day reading, writing, and practicing spelling. Daily practice is far more effective than long, occasional sessions. 3. Reward yourself. When you reach a goal, reward yourself. It can be as simple as a break, a favorite snack, or sharing your progress with a friend. Rewards help keep motivation high. 4. Use mistakes as learning tools. Mistakes are not failures. They are opportunities to improve. Each error shows you where you need to focus. Correct it, rewrite it, and practice until it feels natural. 5. Keep learning. Spelling is a lifelong skill. Even advanced writers continue to learn new words and patterns. Read widely, write regularly, and stay curious. Finally, remember that good spelling gives you confidence. It helps you communicate clearly, makes your writing professional, and shows that you care about your work. With patience, daily practice, and the right habits, anyone can become a strong speller. Believe in yourself, stay consistent, and never stop learning. Your spelling will improve, and your English skills will shine. Stay with us as we explore stories, uncover lessons, and learn together. Every story you hear here is a step toward improvement. Open your mind, pay attention, and let inspiration guide you. Welcome to a place where learning meets life, and every moment matters.